So, we solved the epitaph. As Butler, not as anyone else who might become the most evil character in the whole fucking series. But we solved it as Butler. And it's now dawning on me, why? Why have we been doing this? What was Beatrice's angle? Why did she want someone to solve the riddle? She had nothing to gain. Unless the solving of the riddle was... that was it. Beatrice, can you fucking say something? We've solved the riddle! Come on! Or at least dash my hopes! Look at me! Give me that cracking smile, give me the cackling, and say no, you lose. Alright? Come on. It's depressing without you. It feels so empty. Beatrice, like, was one of the best parts of Umineko when they cry. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I love Chapter 1, I cannot deny that Beatrice sold Umineko when they cry. Along with Butler. Like, her character alone. Like, everything. And that was something that Higurashi didn't have. You know? Like, yeah, you had the characters, but, like, you didn't have the character. Umineko has the character, and it's Beatrice. Regardless of whether the epitaph is solved or not, Beato has nothing to gain. And now, here we are, and she's just not doing anything. I feel like an element, like a piece, the soul of Umineko when they cry has been surgically removed. And it's just... it's depressing. But we solved the epitaph, so how do the murders can't happen? Right? The murders had no meaning. There was no reason to murder people. So, when murdering, why would she go to such length? You know what? It was because of Butler. I honestly believe that the murders were for Butler. And if you interpret it that way, that could be Butler's sin, but that is different. Butler's sin is a whole new can of worms that I'm not even going to touch right now. For all I know, it could be... because what Butler did apparently made people die. It had nothing to do with Beatrice. It happened 6 years ago, but I'm not even going to touch that. Because Beatrice isn't even touching that. Beatrice is doing nothing. So, I asked this. I ask this from the bottom of my heart, with the knowledge of Umineko that I have. What was the point? What was the point of the murders? And I'm talking about Chapter 1. Because later on, oh yeah, it's a challenge between Butler and Beatrice, but Chapter 1? That's different. What was the point? What was the point of burning Kinzo's body? What was the point of murdering people? What was the point of sending those letters? Who knows? Pretending to be dead and mixing yourself in with the victim fists is pattern. Yeah, ever since, My first introduction to that type of thinking was actually Saw. Which, I'm not gonna lie, that was a big twist at the end. Yeah, thanks to Red. So, why? I seriously have to ask this. Why? Well, if it had no point... I want Beatrice to talk so I can figure this out. But instead I have Virgilia right here. She was doing things specifically because of the epitaph. But the question is why? To fulfill her promise to Kinzo? Okay, that's fine. But why continue? Why do this whole charade with Butler? I mean, I like the guy, but come on, there's... Eventually, when the guy's literally skewering you with fucking blue words, that's the point when you're like, maybe I took this a little bit too far. I wish she would fucking talk, though. Like, I feel... Every time I see her not talking, and I see her eyes like that, I feel depressed. And it's not the same with Peace Butler. Sorry, Beatrice. Like, does Butler get to go home? Is Angie never going to have to deal with stress again? Is chapters 6 through 8 about Butler dealing with his new life as head of the Ushiromiya family and going to high school? Probably not. You know how fast I would quit the game if that were the case? Like, do you realize how fast I'd be like, alright, I'm done, and just never upload again? If the rest of it was Butler, the new head, at school, and Beatrice was just on the island like this for the rest of time? Yeah, no. No, I would definitely want my money back. I sometimes eat the strawberry last, if you ask me. Which makes sense why you are always the last one to die. Notice in every chapter, literally every chapter, Butler is the last one to die. The order's random save for you, Butler. Okay! This is important. Because with Butler's sin up in the air, I've been debating on stuff like this. Like, is Butler actually, like, are we actually being played for a fool and we're actually on the bad guy's side? But no, right here it's stated, Butler-kun is not the culprit. Butler-kun didn't kill anyone. This can be said of all games. It was to show it to you. That's what I've been saying. All of this was for you. I have a theory here. I think Beatrice is truly afraid of being alone again. Think about it. I knew this song was gonna come up. I just had a feeling this song was gonna come up. But like, think about it. Think about it from a logical side right here. At best, she has Maria. But that's just gonna be a bunch of tea time and just someone to talk to. Nothing really stimulating. Nothing really getting the gears a tinkering here. But Bottler. Bottler's a different beast altogether. Alright? If we take into the fact that Beatrice has been doing this specifically because of Bottler, specifically to edge him up. This is my favorite song still. Like, if you think about it, her goal is not to make someone experience fear, and it isn't to have revenge on someone either. It has to be for Bottler. When you think about it, this is because Beatrice has been here the whole time, trapped on the island, because of Kinzo. She doesn't have anyone to talk to because no one can see her. She messes with the family, sure. It's not until the killing that she actually reveals herself. And at the time that she revealed herself, one person had the balls to stand up to her. This person has been her enemy the whole time. And don't get me wrong, Beatrice is a horrible person. But if she's doing this to keep Bottler here, because she doesn't want to be alone again, holy shit. That could explain almost everything, doesn't it? Is it truly because she wants Bottler here that she doesn't want to beat him? She doesn't want to, like, yeah, she wants to make him surrender, but deep down, I don't think she wants to beat him. I think, and I say this with full confidence, I think she's doing everything she can to keep Bottler playing. Everything she can. Because without Bottler, what's left? What is left? I think she really wants Bottler to accept her. That was the whole premise behind Chapter 3. Granted, that was a well, wait a minute! Let's think about this. Let's flip the chessboard over. What if that chapter wasn't a farce? What if the powers that be, Birkenstell and Lamp Delta, were making her do this? That she had an obligation to those higher up to continue the battle? What if she truly wanted to end things peacefully with Bottler? What if she just wanted Bottler to stay? I keep on making the joke, I ship him, but when you think about it, when you really stop and you really think about it, it's actually something that can legitimately happen. I'm actually going to continue the game. I didn't mean to stop playing. Don't get me wrong. But, no, seriously. Like, just think about this. If she's doing this because she wants Bottler here, seriously, that explains everything. Why she would go to such great lengths to make the murders more elaborate. It's so that he can't solve them. But she doesn't make them impossible. She keeps his spirits high by always having conversations with him, by always pushing him to go further, seeing what edge of hell they could go to next. In a way, Bottler is directly responsible for Beatrice's insanity. Like, I've kind of toyed around with the idea in my head, but like now, right here and right now, I'm declaring it. If I could declare it in blue, I declare it in blue. Beatrice is doing this for the sake of keeping Bottler here, because if Bottler leaves, there's nothing left for her here. If Bottler wasn't the enemy, if she just kept on killing, she'd only need to kill once. The fact that she's going through all the effort to kill multiple times and doing them in such elaborate ways means that she's doing this specifically because of Bottler. Not to beat him, but because she actually wants someone who will accept her. Not just as a witch, but as a person. I toyed around with this in Chapter 3. And when Chapter 3 ended the way it did, I thought it was just a farce. And it very well could be. But think about it if it wasn't. Think about it if it was the fact that Lamp Delta was sponsoring her. That it was all about Lamp Delta and Birkenstone. And Beatrice and Bottler were just stuck in the middle. Think about it on that terms. Think about it on that scale. And when you think about it like that, you realize that she's been doing this almost against her will. Like, no, she's not being forced to do this, but she kind of is. The powers that be, the ones that are responsible for her, and the ones that are basically keeping her a witch, are telling her to continue this. That's my theory. That's my theory, that she's trying to keep Bottler here as long as she can, because she honestly feels compassion. I'm not saying that she isn't in the wrong for this. I mean, she's murdering people. That's horrible. But in a crazy logical world, like the world that Bottler and Beatrice are in, her madness can be explained with Bottler. If it wasn't for the fact that she stated and read that his sin has nothing to do with her, that could have been Bottler's sin. Beato never committed murder for the sake of pleasure. It's not the murders that's driving her, it's him. He's the reason this is continuing. Okay, I know that he's trying to figure out the meaning for it, but, like, I'm kind of just overlaying what's being said right here with my own theory. Like, seriously, if you honestly think about it from that perspective, I honestly, like... Am I ready to use the L word? Am I ready to use the L word? Like, as a legitimate theory to this game. A legitimate theory as to why she's been doing this. As to why she's been keeping Bottler here and won't let him leave. As nasty as she acts, am I ready to use the 4-letter L word? You know what? I'm thinking about it, and yeah. I think I'm ready to state it. I'm gonna state it in blue right here and right now. And until I'm proven wrong. I think she loves him. I know that's a crazy jump for someone that's his enemy. But if you think about all the motives the way that I mentioned them, and these are my thoughts. I've been thinking about this since, like, honestly, I've been thinking about this since chapter 3. It's been toying around in my head, but I've never really thought about it. I've never really, like, seriously thought about it until I realized right here, there's no meaning to it. And then I realized it's something she wants from me. She wants him. She wants him to accept her. I think she loves him. This is a crazy crackpot theory. But it would explain why she's going to such great lengths to make elaborate murders to keep him there. Now, I will be the first one to state that I have been diving into a little bit of the supporting material. Thanks to some of the friends on Discord. Whenever I beat a chapter, they're like, "Oh, you're past spoilers for this manga," and I read some of the mangas, and yeah, if you read some of the mangas, sometimes that theory is supported by the mangas. There's a Valentine's Day manga that apparently, like, from what I heard, was actually a visual novel in Tsubasa. That right there. I'm not going to say that those are canon. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, anything that is written by 07 and put in the visual novel form is considered canon. That's what I did with Umineko, or Higurashi, and honestly that's what I'm doing with Umineko. So, I'm not going to say that that manga was specifically canon. But it does make you think. I want to say I have a motive for her. Could it be? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I really, really want to know. So we're going to continue this next time. So until then, guys, see you then.